I'm sorry, Pete. I'm just not that keen on doing a Matrix Resurrections review. I'm sorry.
Well, the parent company said that they're going to do one with or without us, so we might as well just do it. Hello and welcome to the Superpower Dare Die team. I'm Peter.
And I'm Rick, and today we're reviewing The Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections. So, Peter, before we start getting into this, what's your history with The Matrix?
Well, I saw the first movie in the cinema when it first came out, and it was one of those movies that made a really big impression on me. I thought it was terrific. I really got into it. It was one of those movies that had stuff in it that I hadn't seen before. I got
No
a
one
book
had
that
really
was
seen before.
no. I got a book that was like the art of the Matrix. I think I got a making of the Matrix books. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then they announced 2 sequels, and I saw the second sequel at the movies and felt a bit disappointed. There was some bits in it that I liked, but when it went into the philosophy stuff and the man in the room, the talking gobbledygook,
Make a note of the word gobbledygook. I like it.
it really lost me. And then I didn't bother going to see the third one at the movies, but I caught it many years later on video and thought it was okay. But yeah, it was one of those things where I'd wished that they hadn't made 2 or 3.
Anyway, I saw the first one at the cinema. I think most people our age did. It was one of those groundbreaking movies for the time. I don't think I saw the other 2 at the cinema. I think they were DVDs or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've only seen all 3 of the films once, and I think that would have to be like a good 15, 20 years ago. So I've got vague memories of what it was. I know people complained about the religious overtones and the theological overtones of the second and third. So I was interested to see what they would do with this one.
I probably saw the first one several times. I reckon I saw the second one twice and the third one once, I think.
So I went into this one with a pretty open mind, and I have to say I really enjoyed what they did with it. It's not a reboot. It's kind of a sequel, but how they explain everything, maybe they ignored movies 2 and 3.
Well, they didn't really, because they did go with the story that he died and the Trinity had died.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it because it just opens up being so self-aware, so meta, and it kind of, if people want to poke fun of it, they're going, well, we're doing that ourselves.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
And they had all those sort of little, lines when they're brainstorming different ideas for the games and things. And there was a part, I just noticed there was some clever little cutaways. Like there was a scene where someone says ideas are the new sexy, and it cuts straight to a scene of Keanu Reeves sitting on the toilet.
On the toilet.
Like just little things like that I appreciated.
Yeah.
And they're at a boardroom, and there's a woman speaking, and I thought she looks like
Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Yes, she did.
I looked who it was. It's Christina Ricci, who played Wednesday Addams in the Addams.
Oh, really?
Like I liked some of that meta stuff, but I thought some of it was a bit on the nose, like a bit too wink wink.
Oh, really?
But it was okay. I found that I enjoyed the movie once that stuff was over, and once he got reawakened inside the real world. That's when I started enjoying it more.
Was this made as a money grab? Like, it's kind of hinted in the movie that Warners have said, we're going to make another movie and we're going to do it with or without you.
Yeah.
So,
and they do it through the device of Neo's character made a really popular game called The Matrix, and they want to make another one.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's company, Warner Brothers.
And I loved all of that. And it was kind of, right, okay, well, if you're going to do it, no, I'm not going to let you get your hands on my property. I'll do this the way I want to do it. And the only thing that I didn't like was the actual storyline, which is kind of weak.
Well, it's just let's get Trinity, really, isn't it?
Well, it's kind of like, why did you wake Neo up?
Yeah.
What for what purpose? Well, oh, it's Neo, we're going to get him. But for in the end, what purpose? Like, it wasn't like, okay, you're here now, we need to go and overthrow the machines. It's already established that they've
Trinity.
Yeah, it's already established that they've kind of made a truce with a lot of the machines, and they're kind of happy in this world that they've got. They're growing plants. It's like, so why did you pull him out? Why?
Yeah.
If I actually got a little bit bored in the middle when it was just like, okay, we've got Neo out, and kind of, what are we actually doing with him?
Yeah.
And he's like,
and I think something about Keanu Reeves, he does sort of convey sort of a bit vulnerable and a bit like you need to look after him.
He's good,
like even though, you know, in movies like John Wick, he's just killing hundreds of people, he still has that sort of, take care of Keanu. He needs, someone to look out for him. It's just strange. He's like got some vulnerability, yet he can portray someone who's a killing assassin.
Mm. What I liked also was the fact he didn't come back with his power. He didn't come back as the one. So he had to kind of learn to fight again. And then that great scene where someone, can you fly? And then he tries it later on. So the most pathetic little jump on the sidewalk. It was great.
And I thought, but there was some action in him fighting. Like we don't normally watch other reviews when we know we're going to review a movie, but we decided to do this one a bit later. And I'd watched just a little up and coming YouTube channel called Red Letter Media. I watched their review. And
I've never heard of them.
No, they do a few things. You've probably seen them and don't know who they are. But they were talking about how he just uses his new push. He's got this push power where he just pushes his hands out and things blow up. And I thought that's all he was going to do. So I was like pleasantly surprised that there was a bit of like fighting.
Yeah, I think there's been complaints about the fighting being badly choreographed, but I don't have a problem with that. Keanu's 60 years old now.
Yeah.
He ain't going to be doing the fight scenes that he did back in the day.
He's not. But see, some of it was quite, it had some interesting effects. I think it was the same, the review that I watched was that, the effects looked cheap and things, but I don't think they looked overly cheap. I thought that the effects were done quite well. That bit in that stairwell or something where they had like, I don't know who these people were. I think it was the French guy from the second Matrix movie.
Oh, I didn't know who that was,
A despot or something. That was a bit weird, that bit.
I think
his boss turns out to be, they're like remnants of the older characters. Like his boss was Agent Smith, and so you saw flashes of like Hugo Weaving. There's new Morpheus, but you see flashes of Lawrence Fishburne. It's like that. So it's not just one resurrection, I suppose. It's resurrections of other.
Hence the title, Matrix Resurrections. Though I'm sure there were plenty more nods to the originals that like I said, I haven't seen them for 15 years. You could probably go through this thing and compare certain framing or certain shots and see whether they're taking that from the old one. But I guess my standout character, though, was the Neil Patrick Harris character.
Yeah, he was quite good, yeah.
He chewed up every scene he was in. He was brilliant.
We don't use that word in here.
And I always think of him as Doogie Howser because was the character that I grew up watching him. But he has done several things since. I think the first thing I saw him in after Doogie Howser was Starship Troopers, which was a completely different character.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah,
but I did think he was good at that. Good in this. Yeah.
Isn't he in How I Met Your Mother or something as well?
Yeah, I think that's where he sort of became successful again. I quite like the character called Bugs. The actress is Jessica Henwick. I don't know who she is, but I thought she was quite good in it. But the rest I don't think of the new crew were overly memorable. So would you recommend The Matrix Resurrections, Rick?
I absolutely would. I think it's a fun film. It slows down quite a lot in the middle. The story's not great, but I thought it was more enjoyable than I was expecting. For those people who were expecting a really cool, action-filled, really well choreographed Matrix follow-up, they're going to be disappointed with this one. But I liked it for what it was.
Yeah, I think that I agree with you. I was going in with pretty low expectations, but I did end up enjoying the movie. So, yeah, I'd recommend it if you enjoyed the first one.
Yeah,
it's not the first one; it's different.
It's not the first one. It's not the second one. It's
good.
not. It's a different beast. It's its own thing.
Maybe it is a bit of a commentary on all these reboots and rehashes and
absolutely it is. Yeah,
side boots and whatever we've got now.
Reboot, soft reboot, sequels. It's absolutely a commentary on all of that and how creatively bankrupt Hollywood's become.
Thank you for watching our review. If you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for all your support. See you later on.
See ya.
The Matrix 4. The Matrix, I was going to say rebooted, but it's Matrix Resurrection. Matrix Resurrections. Matrix Resurrections.
Sorry, I'm just looking to see what that's... And what are we doing? The cold opening?
I remember this.